Hey guys, it's Nancy and I am finally doing the unboxing of my new Scan Cut SDX125e. I got this for myself as a birthday present. I really did not need a new Scan Cut, to be honest with you. I was using the CM350, which my angel Melanie sent to me couple years ago, and I really would not have invested in a Scan Cut if I didn't already have one to try. And of course everybody got the new one except for me, and so finally I said, okay, they had a sale. I think I got it from HSN. And my friends were like, you need the new one. So the biggest issue I had with mine was eventually, and I guess this is nothing new, eventually the blade started slipping. So as you would cut, the blade would go down from, from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to whatever. And then eventually it would just, you'd have to cut it again, right? So that kind of annoyed me. The second issue that I didn't like was the mats did not stay sticky. I had to constantly, in fact, I just had a spray of Pixie spray anytime I would use my Scan Cut and just spray the mats. And my mats were in good condition. They just didn't stay sticky. So with those reasons, I finally bit the bullet and bought a new Scan Cut. Now, again, like I said before, I probably could have dealt with those issues. It wasn't any reason for me to go out and spend money and buy a new one. But my friends enabled me, so I did it. And I gotta say, I will never ever live again without a Scan Cut. So the number one thing I use a Scan Cut for is exactly what the name is I scan my stamped images. I'm gonna put this box on the floor and then pull this out. I scan my stamped images and then run it through the Scan Cut and cut them out. Now previously, if you've been watching my videos, I had the silhouette. I upgraded from the silhouette portrait to the silhouette 2, Cameo 2. I also have a Cricut Joy. The Cricut Joy is very small and handy when you are just doing card making and cutting small SVGs, but I don't like the Cricut software. I don't like that you have to pay a monthly fee to use the Cricut software. Well, not to use the software, I guess to download the designs. They're not very user-friendly if you are wanting to use your own designs. Cricut is very limiting, I believe, with Cricut, so I don't like the Cricut. The silhouette I loved. I would probably still have my silhouette if I was not sent a Scan Cut. But the silhouette gave me all the things I was looking for. I could use my own software, my own font. I can cut, and I made a whole bunch of heat transfer vinyl and regular vinyls, but it did not have the Scan Cut feature. So I tried to use the PixMat, which is supposed to be their Scan Cut feature. I could just never get it to sync correctly or work correctly, no matter how many times I tried it. And so I really could not get the full functionality of using that Scan Cut feature. So one of my viewers, Melanie, said, hey, I have an extra Scan Cut I'm not using. It's just sitting in the garage. She sent it to me like an angel. And I fell in love instantly with the Scan Cut. And I sold my silhouette. I very rarely use the Cricut Joy. And I mostly just use the Scan Cut. So with the Scan Cut, you can do all of those same features. You can cut out vinyl. You can cut out your stamped images. You can cut out stickers. You can cut thin chipboard. I know a lot of crafters use this to cut out fabric if you like do quilting and things like that. So you can do foiling with their foil quilt, with the foil quilt system, or with their foiling system, which is basically a glue pen and foil. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this, and I watch a lot of videos from Oh my God, Julie Faye Fan Balzer. She's amazing. She has a ton of videos as well on how to do this. And of course, my team has videos too that you can check out. And it looks like this. It's a nice teal color. It's pretty simple. The other one had a clear cover. It doesn't really matter to me. I like that this is enclosed to kind of keep all the dust out of there. The screen comes up and down just like the other one did. So I guess now it does come with one mat. I did buy an extra mat. Chow and Stacy sent me cards for, I guess there are different levels of what you can do with this machine. You have to buy cards. So the basic one will do your scan and cut. But if you want to do like print to cut, that's a new feature on this one that the other one didn't have. You need a card for that. The Brother software is pretty easy to use, but it is compatible. So just so you guys know, I still use my Silhouette software. I use my Silhouette software. I design things, I print them out, and then I transfer everything over to the Brother software. And it's wireless. That's another cool thing, is it's wireless. So whatever I make on my computer, I can wirelessly send it to this machine. I was told that these mats are better, that they remain sticky without having to spray them. So we'll find out. I don't see the blade. Ah, look at that. Ah, there it is. That's pretty neat because I have a little, like, I have a little basket here where I keep all my tools and stuff. Looky there. Here is the glue pen. I wonder if this glue pen holder will fit in there. We'll have to try that out. So these are all my little weeding tools and extra. I don't know if this will fit in there. We'll have to see. My little stylus. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. I do want to kind of keep it for a backup just because I do a lot of crafting, you guys, right? So I may keep it. I haven't made a decision yet what to do with it. Leah is getting into crafting, so it might be something that I train her on. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so that's pretty neat. There's these little storage cubbies in there that I can put my tools and stuff in. And then I don't think these blades will fit. I think I'll have to put them in the other one. So we'll test those out. And they're just, there's little magnets on here. There's a little magnet there and there, and it just keeps that closed, and then everything's in place. But you know, no Scan and Cut is complete without an official FSC sticker on there. So what do we got here? There we go. Now it's official. It's got a FSC Nancy Stamps Tracy Schultz sticker on it. All right. I'm going to try to put the blade in this. Go put it on my table next to me here. Plug it in and try it out. And I will be back. Okay, guys, I just want you to notice that little thing I opened was not the blade. It's a pen holder. And I have the old pen holder here, and it looks like they are almost identical. And how that works is you pop this open, and you take the lid off your little mark. They give you a little black marker here. Put that in the hole. Oh, you gotta take the lid off. Snap it shut, and then it goes in here. And then snaps in. So it looks like if you have the pen holder, it comes with a new pen holder, but I believe the old one will fit too. Yeah, so if you have a pen holder, or if you buy one of these secondhand, the pen holder is exactly the same. And then you just press this little button on the back here. Oops. And then it'll release that little marker. So it does come with the pen holder and a little pen. So that'll go in the other one. Just put it in there. The glue pen, I did try that. This is the, if you wanted to do the foiling glue pen, it also, if you bought that for your old one, it also fits in there nicely, and then your glue pen just snaps in there. And it's basically a quickie glue pen if you don't have one of those. You don't need an official brother one. So those all fit. And then here was the little pocket, and there is the blade. Oh, and we get another one, of a stylus and a scrapey tool, so I can take that and that out and put those in the other one. Now, I think this is a universal pen holder, so I must have bought this for myself for the other machine and never used it. But it says for the Scan Cut DX, so it should work in this one, so I'll use that later. Let's open this up. Let's put this stuff in here so we can give that with the other machine. You can leave these in here, it looks like. Oops. Don't do that. Oh my, Nancy, come on. It looks like there's a lock and unlock for the rollers. Yep, that lifts your rollers in case you're doing anything super thick. Okay. And there's a cap on the blade, so you want to remove that. And I think Stacy was telling me this has the auto blade, so you don't need to turn it. And that was the big issue I had with the old one was, so here's the old one, and I normally used it at, 5 or 6 to cut. And as you turn this, you can see that the blade starts to come down right here, right? So that would be the thickest blade setting. This is the lowest blade setting. And I usually used around here. Well, eventually, as it's cutting and jiggling around, this would slowly start to turn and shorten the blade. And so that was one of the issues that I had with the old one that was really driving me crazy. So Stacy said this is an auto blade. You don't need to do anything. It will do itself. So I guess we just slide that in, the flat part facing the back. And then you close the door on it, and it is nice and snug. There's no snapping sound or clicking sound that I can tell. So you just want to remove that cap off the bottom. Slide that in, flat part back. And then push that down, and it will hold it. Okay, let me move this over and set it up to my computer, and I will be back. Okay, guys, first lesson to be learned, always buy yourself extra mats, which I did. And I totally forgot until I stuck this down that you don't want to stick any kind of photo paper down on here, or glossy paper. And as soon as I did it, I realized, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. So this is kind of a really smooth, glossy cardstock. And as you can see, it's stuck. Now, this is regular cardstock on this side, so this should be fine. And if you don't know what that is, those are my tools glimmered, and they just happen to be on the desk. And I thought, well, let's see our first test if this will work. But I'm not too worried about that. I will scrape that off later, but just always have an extra mat. Probably a couple wouldn't hurt. And don't stick any kind of photo paper on there. And when you're removing your paper, you want to pull the mat down. Don't pull the paper up. Pull the mat down, and the mat will then release from the paper easily, okay? And then you can use like a little brayer if you want to, but we're going to try doing this. Now, I haven't set it up to the computer yet, so let's see how it works. So I have it here in the same spot my other one was. I also want to remind you guys there was tape holding this back door, so I took the tape off and opened that back door. The plug goes into the back there. There is extra spots over here if you want to hook it up, to your computer. There's a printer or USB cord and cords over there. But again, this is wireless. But I'm just going to do the simple scan and cut. And I don't think I need to be hooked up to the computer to do this. We're going to make sure it powers on. Okay, got to hold it down a second. And I have it, my computer's right in this cabinet here. So I have it next to my computer because that's where I normally do my programming and so on. So you can see it takes a few minutes. Probably going to ask me some setup questions. And then we'll load this mat and hopefully be able to cut these tools out. And this is a true test because normally it's very hard for it to pick up foiling. Like it causes an issue with the scanner. So I'll be interested to see how this does. Yeah. I think you can also, once it's set up, turn off all that extra loading stuff there. I'm going to hit the home button here. Okay, it's telling me that it's going to reset the rollers. So we want to make sure everything's out of the way, which it's done now. Okay, and then the old way, we just push this button to load the mat. So I'm going to put my mat right up to the rollers here. So you can see it's pressed up there. And then I'm going to press that mat button. And it should load it. Oh, I can tell you already it's quieter. That's really surprising. Okay, I'm going to scan. And I want to do direct cut. And I'm cutting right from the machine. Now, I have a little light here I'm going to turn on. Sometimes that makes me feel better about when it's scanning. It's a little dust light here, see? And you want to make sure there's nothing back behind there to restrict the way that the mat comes in and out. I think that's something people don't think about. When you have this machine, it does take quite a bit of space because you have to have room in the back. So if you have it up on a cabinet space, you have to pull it forward to use it. Okay, now it's showing that it has my tools scanned, and it is scanning in black and white. We can change just the color, but I'm going to leave that alone. We're just going to hit OK. It should ask us. So this screen is asking us to narrow down the actual area. We don't want to cut those paper pieces that I stuck out. So we want to narrow down the actual cutting area. So I've done that, kind of zoomed in. And now it should show us what it's going to cut. So this is the area. Did it not pick those up? Oh, it did. So previously it would show red lines. This is showing black lines. Okay. I'm gonna hit start. Oh, please select. Cut. And I haven't even hooked this up to the computer yet. So this is our test, and hopefully we'll make sure the alignment is correct here. This is straight out of the box, plugging it in. Have not even hooked it up to the computer. All I did here was took all the tape off everything and installed the blade. And already, first impression is this machine is way quieter than the old one. Okay, I think my alignment's off a little bit, so I'll have to figure out how to realign it. But we'll find out here in a minute. This is exciting, guys. You know, I always yell at you guys, get your machines out of the closet, get your machines out of the closet. I've had this machine for 2 months, and it's been sitting in a box on the floor. So get your machines out of the closet, plug them in, and try using them. Okay, it seems to be a little quicker, too. Now, I did not adjust any settings. What you guys are watching is my actual first use of unboxing it. I have not done anything else. It says it's done. We're going to say OK. And then we're going to press this button to eject the mat. I'm going to say OK. Let's go over to the desk. Put you guys back on. I moved my camera stand so it's a little higher now so you guys can fully see better. And what did I say before? Pull the mat. So we're going to pull the mat. And you guys, oh my gosh, it cut out my new glimmer tools. Looks like it did a pretty good job here. I probably should use the little... Now this is thicker cardstock. This is like 100-pound cardstock. I can feel how thick it is. And again, I want to fold the mat back. Look at that. That is so close to the line. Now you can give it an edge. You can adjust that. I'm so excited right now. I need to do a little bit of an adjustment and give it a little bit of an edge. Now there it cut the bottom off the hammer, which I didn't zoom in to look at exactly where it was cutting, but that's okay. Again, first cut here. And of course you have the little spatula that comes with it, so you don't need to be pulling at this with your nails. And I'm just trying to fold the mat back as I release these. I didn't know if it was going to cut or not because, again, cutting foiled images is very difficult because of the way the camera reads them. And sometimes you have to change that black and white setting to a color setting. And you should pay attention to where the cut lines are. I really just got so excited I started cutting. So it did cut my pliers in half, and it cut my drill bit. But that's okay. I am not going to complain here for a first cut. Very, very impressed at how quiet the machine was and how easy that was to do. Okay, so pretty much everything's off the mat. We keep this protective cover and put that on the mat before we put it away. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. And so here's the glimmer plate. When it's foiled, here are the tools. So there is the saw. Look how fine, right around that line. I am so impressed. This is super cool. Here's one of the wrenches. So now my tools are cut out. Here is my screwdriver. So precise. I hate fussy cutting, you guys, so this is great. Here is the level. Now I can color these in and use them. Here is the other crescent wrench. Here's my hammer, and again, the bottom of the hammer got cut off, so I'll just have to be aware of that next time I do this to make sure I don't get that bottom cut off. But still looks great. And then here's what's left of the pliers and the drill bit. So again, they just kind of got cut up because the scanner couldn't read them. There's a lot of fine detail on this drill bit and this wrench. It started to cut in between all those lines, which is fine. Now I know. All right, so that is my first go using the new Scan Cut SDX125e. Hopefully you guys are encouraged, if you have one sitting in a box, to get it out and use it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. If you have any questions, post them down below. I am no expert. I am just learning how to use this machine. But I know that Chow, Tracy, Stacy, they all have it as well. They may have a couple videos on their channel, so you want to check them out. And again, I do recommend Julie Faye Fanbalzer. She does a lot of great videos. She's a spokesperson for Brother and this machine. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. And keep on foiling or stamping or scan and cut or whatever you want to do. Just be creative. Bye, guys.